Let bygones be bygones, I don't play with rats. Might as well call me a python, killing anything that I put my eyes on. In the concrete jungle, it's a struggle for my life, dog.
Today I want to talk about boa care, something that's pretty controversial because a lot of people keep them in different ways, like terrariums, vivariums, tub systems, vision racks. So it all depends on how you want to do it. I keep mines right now in a tank and I have one in a tub. So it's something that I'm working back and forth with. So right here we got Pablo. He's in a 40-gallon breeder tank. He's a male, so he will last pretty well in this. He's gonna do fine. I do got 2 bulbs going over here to give it a nice ambient temperature from here. I'm getting a hot side of like 90, 93. Then I do got a mat going under. It's auto thermostat. Just a single 500-watt thermostat. So I pretty much picked him up. I did have to pay for him, but he was pretty much like a rescue case because the way they were maintaining him. So I felt like, let me just take him, like it don't matter, you know what I mean? Like I felt like the guy needed to get out of there. He was in the tank with another snake. The other snake looked like he had an issue that was about to happen. He looks like he's about to strike at the glass, but so I picked him up. I got him a 40-gallon breeder. I'm giving him the heat and everything he needs, but he does need more stuff. I got him this huge water dish he could definitely soak in. Got to work on decor, give him a hide and stuff, but he's still been eating like a monster. So it's like the way they had him was pretty much like this, except he was with another snake in the tank with no water dish, and I didn't even see no heat source. So I don't know, man. He's probably happier here than he was in the other spot. So that's Pablo. That's the only adult boa I own right now. I have 2 adult, you could say. I'm gonna go show you them real quick, and I'm gonna talk about the care. So right here we have Medusa, my hypo red tail female. They're both, all my snakes are BCI, basically Colombian red tails. So on the same thing, she's in a 10-gallon right now, which is pretty much fine for her. I don't believe in giving so much space to snakes because they actually feel better in smaller locations, but of course as an adult they need to at least be able to stretch almost completely, like right now she could stretch around, she gets in and out, so she's doing fine. So typically they're good between 40 and 60, 75 to 80 on the cool side, and we're talking about 88 I would say to 92. A little bit up won't even hurt them. 94 is pretty much fine with them on the hot side. So right now I'm getting 86 with 83 humidity. So I gotta check on the humidity, see why it's so high. Maybe move around the substrate, dry it up a little bit or something. Just check up on that. But at least it's not too dry. They withstand a lot, these boas. Soon I am gonna upgrade her into one of these, a 32. The only reason why I didn't put her in this one, because the new albino male that I'm about to show you guys, he didn't even hide. He looked a little stressed in the tank, and he hasn't even took a feed from me yet. So this is my coal albino male het blood leopard. I got him the hide. He has his water dish right next to him. He has been using it, so I was observing him last night and this morning. He was in his hide. Now he's out hanging out. It's nice and warm. He's hanging out. He's chilling. He has a cool side over here, and the heat is coming under on this side, right under his hide. Usually I like keeping the heat on the hide. I do believe in giving 2 hides to these animals, but sometimes there's not enough space, and they seem to do fine without 2 hides. They use their hot hide, they come out, they hang out. It's not like he's pacing back and forth going crazy in here. If that was the case, then I would have offered him 2 hides, 2 smaller hides, because he's small. He doesn't need such a big hide. So on my thermostats, I dial up a little bit higher. It says 98, but realistically on the inside, I'm getting about 92, 90. Because by the time the heat passes through the bottom and the substrate, the heat doesn't heat up as much as you would think. Plus the thermostat is placed right on the heat source, so it's a little different as heat passes. You alright, guy? He's real friendly, man. He had a whole bunch of shed that I had to help him get off yesterday because he did not want to roll out of it himself. I don't know if he was too stressed to work on it, or I don't know what it was, but I had to literally soak him for like an hour and help him roll it off. So another thing is that you do not need substrates. You do not, especially in a tub. You really don't need substrate. I'm gonna let that be known, because humidity just naturally is pretty high in a tub. It's always gonna be around 45 to 60 just naturally. I don't know why, but the tubs hold humidity on their own. So you can just put a water bowl and a water bowl and paper towels. Do not use newspaper, man. I really don't believe in that. I think it's unsanitary because of what they go through. The newspaper on its way here, they're thrown on the streets. the factories they work in, the ink on it. You know, I really think it's just not, I don't think it's a good idea. Some people use it, it's my personal idea. Another thing is, if you see poop in their water bowl, take that out right away and clean it. That's a good thing that that's there, because that's something you got to point out. Always change the water at least every 2 days, especially if it's soiled. Look around if you see any poop or wherever you like wet sides of your substrate, because that's most likely pee. So you're gonna want to throw that out, get at least a good area around it too, and try to wipe under it. Don't just throw it out, because you're just leaving bacteria behind. Always keep up, you know, check up on your snakes every day, see if you see anything different. You see cloudy eyes, mark it down, and be on top of that so you know when to raise humidity when the eyes start to clear up. So that's a quick, simple run through on care, you know. Just a quick run through just for you guys. I don't need to make a whole 10-minute video on how to take care of a boa, you know. They feed, they eat very well. As adults, they're gonna eat every 2 to 3 weeks depending on the size of the meal, maybe even a month if you're giving them huge rabbits. By the time they're at that age, clean that water out, take that poop away, replace it every 2 days. 89 to 94 on the hot side is not bad. It all depends on your temperatures outside. If it's really hot outside, just dial it in at 89 or 90 and they should be fine. You can keep them in tanks. You just gotta be more consistent on checking up on their humidities and heat, because a lot of heat escapes, a lot of humidity escapes. You gotta be on top of it. That's why I do gotta put the overheat lamp, and because of that overheat lamp is why I gotta be more on top of the humidity right off the rip. But you know, I know I'm committed to this, so I'll take the chance. If she's not eating in there, I'm taking her out and putting her in a tub. She's eating good, so she's happy in there, I'm gonna leave her in there. This dude, the albino, he didn't seem happy in the tank. I don't know why he didn't seem happy in there. She came out from a tub rack system and went straight into a tank and ate from me the first day and still eats every time. He didn't seem happy about it, but you know, I'm gonna leave him in the tub and give him a few days and I'm gonna feed him. He's most likely gonna eat. I'm probably gonna offer him live just to get him comfortable and knowing that he can eat here. Because sometimes offering frozen thaw it to a new animal, they might not take it, but when they see live, they feel like there's no other option. And once you get them eating in their enclosure and they feel comfortable enough for it, they're gonna keep going. So long story short, man, you got the temps, you got the humidity, 40 to 60%. You don't have to use substrate. I use substrate. Aesthetically looks nice and it does hold humidity better in certain instances. Like if I'm gonna put shed, they're going through sheds and stuff like that. And sometimes the snake actually feels nice on substrate. So that's pretty much it, man. That's Snake Keeper Steve Boa care. I'm gonna do another one on carpet pythons right now. So I'm gonna put that in the next video.